Hi, it's Sika Mechanico here again. I'm going to take you another map of my design, which I'm currently calling the Archive. Um, this was specifically built for doubles. For as the design progressed, things sort of kept getting added and added, and I think now it could quite comfortably support 4v4. In fact, I think it would do both quite nicely. I spent a long time on this map, hours and hours and hours of tweaking and moving and just trying to make it feel like a real place, which I hope shows. So it's basically a villa of sorts, or a temple. But the sort of ethos behind it was it build a structure that would be a place where the Forerunners would access the domain. Something like that, like a library almost. Just not the library that we kill loads of Covenant in Halo CE. So this is what I call Long Hall. You can see the tiled floor that I've put in there. I'll go through this level by level. So we'll do the ground floor, so to speak, first. So we'll just drop down here. So this is Long Hall, going into Blue Spawn. So Blue Spawn here, this is where you would spawn as Blue Team. Now, you can't see this, because obviously you would think that you wouldn't be able to walk up that, but there's actually a couple of invisible blockers down here on the floor, just to even up the play space, so I can keep the aesthetic, but just make it so that people won't completely crash out when they're trying to, get out of a firefight. They get stuck on a bit of geometry. There is a slight nudge as you go across, but it's nothing that I'm going to lose any sleep over anyway. So yeah, this is Blue Spawn with a BR nearby. Spent a long time. Obviously, you can see the doors were very Halo CE inspired. And this is what I call open deck. It's basically like a large garden. There's a couple of trick jumps here that you can pull off. You don't have to clamber that one on either. You can actually kind of crouch jump it, and you can run up this log to get a jump there. A couple of large windows here. So I wanted to keep the sight line, but just not allow shots through, apart from on this one, which I've opened up into what I call overhang. So overhang, you'll find an SMG and a couple of frag grenades. And out here, what we call outside, is your railgun spawn. A lot of people don't like the railgun. I mean, I think it's a good gun to use. I do think it's a bit easy to use. But until we're able to adjust the ammo count on weapon pads, I'm kind of a bit limited, especially for a doubles game. I do not want to give 4 rocket launchers or 4 shots of a rocket launcher or something equally ridiculous like 8 shots of a sniper. So railgun was the weapon of choice for the outside area here. I've taken a lot of time to try and get blue and red spawn. You might think this is close to blue spawn, but when you see where red spawn is, they're pretty equal in terms of all the power weapons on the map. So you've got a light rifle here as well, and obviously you can come back into the catwalk here, leading into that room, which we'll go and have a look at in a second. Carrying on round outside, we've got a plasma pistol on the floor here, another doorway entrance in that looks across to Long Hall. And if we come further down here, this is red spawn, so red team will spawn here. They've got the option of going through that door or this door. I do point them in this direction, but obviously as players learn the map, they may want to sort of quickly shift that direction. And they've got a BR on spawn here as well. Going into what I'm calling Cafe Window, because it was the only name available that had window in the title. This is just a nice scenic view, the old waterfall. And you've got the SMG here. Now, you can't clamber up this, not even if you try the old floating trick. Obviously, you could buddy jump it, and that might, be a viable tactic for red team, certainly, to get to some of the power weapons a bit quicker. But you can obviously drop down when you're in a fight up here. So coming up the stairs here into top catwalk, we've got the active camo, which is out on the lookout platform here, and you've got a lovely view of the map in general. There's no filter or anything in terms of graphical changes on the map. So it's just set at sunset with a completely clear black background to really bring out the definition of the background. Coming back into the top catwalk here, got another light rifle spawned down into Long Hall, so really good sight line down there. This can be jumped from here to here. Equally, there's an invisible blocker on this tree to just make that more suitable, and you jump from here to here as well. And if we come around into what I call the stage, so we've got the main archive terminal, for want of a better word, and we've got the binary rifle here, which again, you know, a lot of people say, why not a sniper or something like that. I like the binary rifle because it's not super easy to use. You have to keep your target in the reticule, and you only get 4 shots, which is pretty low, especially for a doubles game. So we come here into top mid, and you've got another little balcony here. Again, this balcony can be jumped to from here to here, so you can sort of take your shortcut, and equally you can get up to that stair from here, or the flower pot there to there. And then just the last sort of level that I want to show you, if we come up the stairs here, this is a shotgun. There's only 5 shots in it, in blue back room, and then we've got blue tunnel down here, which you can sort of go into, and you'll come back out into open deck here. So there's quite a few traversal routes. I've taken sort of a large amount of time to try and really sell it, and there's been a lot of choices in terms of where I put this. Like, I ummed and ahed about where to build it for a while. I know a lot of people don't like the sunset, but for a power position such as this with a long range weapon, I wanted it so that if you were taking these long shots, that a lot of the time, especially from the heightened positions, you'd have the sun in your eyes. It's not always going to work out that way, and obviously better players, and it needs a lot of play testing, I think, before I sort of say it's done and dusted. One of the other things I've done is I've excuse me, I've built a grav lift up here. So it doesn't make any difference to players, you know, they can be up here, it won't affect them whatsoever. But it does allow for some very cool combat evolve moments. Hoping that this works. Oh, it goes the other way. That you can catch it. You know, it's a tactic that players will be able to use with those plasma grenades. And by throwing it there, they'll always ensure that they'll be able to make that very, very cool jump. So it looks pretty cool. I'm really, really happy with the aesthetics of it. Yeah, so if you want to give it a go, you can just add my gamer tag. It's Sicka Mechanica. It will be in the description below. And just add me on Xbox Live. It's called The Archive. If you have any feedback, any tips, any suggestions, I have to admit I've never built an asymmetric map before. This is my first. I have no idea if the spawns are any good, and I'd love someone with sort of really good knowledge of how the Halo 5 spawn system works to sort of pull me one side and say this is what you need to do. And if you can take the time out to do that, I would love you forever. But as of now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you online on Halo.